Hello everybody and welcome back to the AQWFresh series where I basically play as a free player and kind of experience the game as if I, kind of started with the game as a first player. But, it's not the same because I am an old player, so habits I will still have into the game. Anyways, so for starters, I did the collector class. I did like 90 days of turning in. It took a very long time. 90 days is not very shy of waiting. Then I pretty much focused on the Celestial Pirate. I was really surprised when it actually came back on the 1st of September. Normally you had to wait on the Friday for it to come back, and around about like 6 p.m. Eastern time, which is like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock for me in the morning. So I wasn't planning to do that, so it would be actually the Saturday to do the Celestial Pirate. But I was really surprised it came back on Monday at reset, and at reset it's 6 o'clock in the morning, which is nice because I generally wake up around about 7, 8. So after hearing about the Neighbor Commander and the Celestial Pirate and Higar actually came back, I was like, I got something to do. Now, I focus on the Collector class, then I focus on Celestial Pirate. The rooms for Celestial Pirate were a little bit dead, but when the pirate came back, it shot up. Some people were farming in the wrong areas. That's one thing I noticed because they were farming the normal prime version. I was like, dude, this is the empowered version. You should be farming this guy, not the other guy. Yeah, the Nightbane hub was annoying because people were just there for the dailies. Then I focus on the August season stuff because it is going to be going away soon, I think, or is it 2 months? Generally, I try to do stuff like week after the month that it has ended because it generally ends on like that week. But I think the this season we lost like an extra month for some reason compared to like all the rest of the seasons. So I pretty much just focus on the seasons. This was pretty much a lot of questing to do, not as much as the rest of the seasons, but it was quite a bit to do. Then I wanted to do the ultra version of Kala, but then realized I don't actually need it. It's only the helmet and the armor that gives a boost, but the gear I have already really gives me the boost already. So I was like, it's not actually worthwhile doing it, so I might as well just. Then I have some ideas what to do next couple of weeks for series, and I pretty much want to see how far I can get because there will be come to the point where I'm done farming and done with all the stuff. So I want to get to that point rather sooner than later. Meaning that I don't want to be, I can say, farming every day because I don't have that much time. Because when I normally work, I do have some days I'm off, which I pretty much focus on AQ Worlds. And when I'm working, well, I get like maybe an hour or two just to farm and do something during the week. And I'm lucky now because some of the days this week, next week, and the following weeks is going to be more breaks because the last couple of weeks has been rather busy in terms of clients and all the sales. Anyways, so I am curious on how far I'm going to get. I did quite a bit. I think this week I had, last week I had like 4 days, which was rather more than the previous weeks because the other weeks I normally have like 2, 1 off days. So I actually had like time to actually focus on. So lucky for me, I did quite a bit. Some of the annoying parts of it was the pretty much the farms in the sense of martial artist because I was worried about how the pub's gonna be, and some of the pubs were dead, so I kind of had to wait for like 2 days to do martial artist. And luckily for me, There were some rooms that were busy in the later on Tuesday. It was like you cannot believe how dead the rooms were. And I tried to do the other methods. The other methods of for martial artists is actually not that great. It's like really, really, really slow. Like there's a lot of RNG for the rest of the other farm periods, but this one is more like okay, kill these bosses and do it like 300 times. Which is like okay, that sounds easy. I can just pretty much stay in a room that's active and just pretty much farm for it. Now, I did try to do um, the catapult method. Yeah, my brain couldn't wrap around now how much RNG is associated to this part because I was like, again, maybe this is gonna be a little bit faster than the bosses. Oh my, it was horrible because it was like not just one, not just two, not just three. It was the whole quest was RNG. This took me longer than actually doing the bosses. And these maps were actually deader than the actual bosses in itself that I was doing previously, which was really annoying. Then I went back to do the bosses. When I found out how slow this was, I was like, no, I don't know why I'm doing this. This is horrible. Then I just pretty much just focus on getting up to 2 million. Then I also focus on trying to get to the other bosses. We realized that like, okay, some of the rooms actually did now. Well, I guess I had to wait for it. It was really, really, really frustrating because it's gonna take like almost 300 kills. Do you know how long 300 kills on a 300k health boss is gonna take? That is crazy long. So martial artists took me the longest of his entire week to farm for something. Then I also focused on other parts like Austrian Doom Lord. Yes, I did the hard Doom Lord quest. Now, the reason being for doing the Doom Lord quest is because it was the boost this week. So everything was doubled. It was double drop rate, double quantity. So it was like perfect for me. It was really, really like I can actually do it. Then I beaten up my master, and he called me a cheater. And this one took like 5 minutes, really. But the martial artist took me the longest. Like it took me 2 days to do the whole quest. It was annoying to say the least because the pubs weren't consistent. It was like fluctuating the whole time. Then I focused on doing Austrian Doom Lord. Now the catch is with the Austrian Doom Lord, I have stuff already that was in my bank. So the first quest, which was the willpower extraction, yes, I felt my willpower extracting from myself. It was horrendous. When I did it back in like 2018, 2016, around about that time period, it was horrible farming for this thing. The second quest, it was the 15% drop rate. Now, we didn't have the Archfiend fragment, which will allow you to get guaranteed to get the Identified 35. So I would keep them farming like 15%, 15%, 15%. I did it for 13 tries, and each week took me 1 attempt. Yes, back then farming for Nolgath was really bad. With the whole server rewrite in 2019, the monster respawn and everything just becoming more smoother, it was, I would say, like farming in Nolgath is like almost 800% faster just doing the normal method, which is like amazing. Then I pretty much focus on the base breakers. I didn't really have any trouble farming for Extreme Doom. It wasn't like I didn't really struggle in the sense of there was some like I need to overcome. It was really just a lot of ping, and I make use of the Shadow Falls fast travel for the Citadel because I'm not going to be traveling all the way to the the Grand Inquisitor every time. No. First attempt was nice. I got 6 identified 36. Identified 34. Then I started to do the real chaos because I need to get my mats up. So I started farming the Ultra Chaos Lord Altion, which was surprisingly really popular because I was like room hopping because some of the rooms were like really bad. For Void High Lords, just for doing this. Extremely bad. Then I got 10 Unit 34, which I got really ecstatic about. Then I also started doing the return policy because that allows me to save some gold while returning some of the unidentified gear, because once you do the wheel, you're going to accumulate some of the junk gear that you can actually return. Then I started doing the Golden Hunter, which is the Norgate Demands work. First attempt, I was sad. Second attempt, I was sadder. The third attempt, I got really happy because I actually got my Identify 35. Then again, I got the extra Identify 35, so I'm rocking with 3 Identified 35s, which was like, okay, what am I going to be expecting to use 3 Identified 35s? Because I'm not going to delete it. Farming for it is bad. Why must I delete it? Now, I did run into inventory problems because, 90 inventories is not particularly easy to manage when you have like a bajillion stuff to farm. Now, when it comes to farming for Norgath, I didn't really struggle because everything is more into one spot you can farm. It's not that bad when you actually come to doing the farms. Yes, some of it can be a little bit, mind-numbing. But if you're watching something on another monitor and you just like spamming buttons, it really just comes to the point where it's like, oh, I over your the best I needed. Oh, I'm actually there. Oh, okay. Maybe just a little more episodes and we get to the point. It's like, it's really not that much. The farm took me 6 hours to do. The longest was just pretty much getting the unidentified 19, because that is a low drop rate, and pretty much that's it. The pubs are fast in the sense for farming the Ultra Chaos Lord for Altion. Then I started farming for the Undead Essence. I have a little trick to it, you room hop. So if you want to go to B, you join better under C, and you just skip it. Skip the whole traveling north part, because all the bosses are at the end, which the entrance is to the next map. So I just room up for C, E, and B, and I pretty much just farm for this. This took me 5 minutes. 5 minutes to give me 1,000 undead essence. Now, the reason why I actually did that and not just farm dead is because I want to get the cavern essence, because that will be needed for the Gothic Sword of Doom. And then I got Archfiend Doomlord. Yes, it was easy. I was really surprised how quickly it was. Then I did my last week's ultras. Now, I did do a mess up. When I did speaker, I logged off, logged back on, and forgot to turn in the speaker, so I skipped a week. I really kicked myself for this, but it's not that bad. I'm not that focused on it. Then I did Mecha Binky. Oh boy, I think I bashed my head for this for 2 hours, because the pub we had was actually good, but the problem is they don't know how to wiggle. It was like, okay, got it, then people died. It was like, it was demoralizing, because I wanted to do damage, but I was like, no one's actually torn apart. Then we actually got past it. And he said, just kidding, you're dead. It was frustrating. Then the next attempt, we actually managed to get a kill. It was like, it's one of those situations where it's like, please just get overdone with, please get overdone with, please get overdone with, and you actually get it, it's like, the relief is over. It's finally over. It was, oh no. I bashed my head for this boss, and I wasted 260 scroll of enrage on this. That just shows how much taunting I was doing. Okay, then I did the reputations. Now, I want to focus on reputations because this was a 3-day boost compared to a 2-day boost compared to the other weeks I had. So, make use of the 3 days because during Friday I didn't really do anything, took a break. Okay, if you want to know the timeline of me doing my stuff, okay, so for Monday I did all of the collector and I did the celestial pirate. Then Tuesday and Wednesday I did martial artist, just martial artist only. Then Thursday I did archery only because 6 hours on my days, like quite a bit. Then Friday I took a break because I was like a zombie, literally. Then Saturday and Sunday I pretty much focused on the reputations because it was really something I could do easily because all of the quests I was doing required me to kill one mob, primarily like health ranging from 30k to, well, not 30k, 5k to 220k. Now, I did that method because I can use potions with Chaos Avenger, which allowed me to actually nuke the bosses really quickly. Now, there were some maps I had to kind of like manually intervene in the sense of, use my mouse because I want to actually make use of my buttons while using my auto because, trying to click the whole time and I need to turn in, it kind of just adds a little bit extra. Now, I did buy potions from my previous time of farming for alchemy. This allowed me to farm my reputations with ease and no issues, really no issues. Now, there were some reputations that took longer. The Chaos Fluffing method, which was the the Treasure Hunter method. That was a little bit RNG based, but pretty much also just kill one the whole time. The drop rate was a little bad and the hold was a little bad, but I eventually got it. That took me 30 minutes to do. The majority of the farming for the reputation took me like 10 minutes at most. It was really quick. And despite the fact that I had farmed for 12 reps, yes, I farmed for 12 reps. Don't quote me of being a madman. I felt it on Saturday. Now, generally when I do my stuff, I try to keep it as short and try to do a shortcut. And then I did my Frost Spirit Reaver. Now, I have the stuff, I had like majority of the stuff already for the actual farm for the class, which is the requirements I needed to accept the quest was that I had to do. Yeah, that took me like maybe 20 minutes on each quest to do. It wasn't that long. I think the longest part of this whole this whole class was the supercharge Karok. Yeah, Karok. He had a lot of RNG based on the glacial gems. Not glacial gems, it's glacial crystals. I always get those two wrong. Even when I was typing for it, I was like, I think I need glacial gems. No, I actually need glacial crystals. That took me the longest because he was slightly tanky and I needed like 1,500. Ridiculously a lot. Then I got the Frost Slayer. This took me a couple of tries because he was being really stubborn to drop it. Then I accepted Cold Hearted and I farmed the Skeletal Ice Mage. I didn't have a lot of Ice Needles. I thought I had, but apparently not. Because you actually get Ice Needles from the Ice Lord as well, Ice Wing. Then I did Jon Snow for the Northern Crown. A little RNG. Took me maybe 10 minutes with the potions. Then I did the ice diamond. This took me actually 5 minutes. So it was pretty much like farming a couple mobs here and there and just pretty much doing some things. This took me quickly because there was not a lot of, well, it was a lot of killing, but it was also 100% drop rates. I'm really more happy on doing quests that give me 100% drop rates than farming for something that's like 5% drop rate and you need like 1,000 of that. Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, this took me 5 minutes to do. It wasn't really that hard. Now, I did farm everything at once. So, for example, like I farmed for 9 crowns, 270 snow golems for the ice diamonds. Then I farmed for the ice splinters. I also was a little bit short on this because you also get the ice spike and ice splinters from the lich, the Legion Frozen Lich, the necrotic orbs as well. So I was getting all 3, but I didn't have a lot of the ice spike and ice splinters. Then I also focused on getting prosperity. It was really not that hard. It was just really not that hard. I had to do the mobs inside the ice dungeon map to farm it. This was a little bit longer because you kind of had to like kill up to 10 and turn in, not like you can kill like up to 1,000, like you turn in 10 times. So a lot of like just waiting to kill, waiting to turn in, because it was like one of each mob, and each room is one of each mob. And it's not like 3 mobs to 3 mobs, so kind of like slowed down my progress on that because it's like you're killing 30 mobs and you had to do it what 15 times for each quest, which is like annoying to say the least. But other than that, I didn't really had struggle with this because I almost said Frozen Legion. I had Legion Revenant, which allowed me to safely farm, and since these guys are actually relatively weak, it's like 2,000 health. It's not particularly low health. High health, sorry. The bosses were high health. I also like pot up to do the bosses because I need to kill like 15 times for each boss. Again, another situation I had to room hop the whole time because it was really frustrating to say the least. So I pretty much just farmed. Then I had to do the warrior of the chaos, which was one of the final quests I needed to accept. Then I got the armor. Then I was done. It was just done like that. And I turned in my Prosper Reaver. It was just like that. And off to the other KO. Yes, the other KO to show you the progress. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so I pretty much did like a lot of, I think I did 12 rep this week. And I have some rep to do as well. I'm going to be doing the North Point rep. From the Super Swag tokens, I did turn in some of it already. So I just need to get like 4, which is like 30,000. So I aim to get 4 more days in this would turn into rank 10. Then I have to do Bacon Cat, then Craggle Rock, Desperate, Grimskull Trolling. I did the boss, which was like, gave me a butt ton. It was like 80,000 rep, which was like amazing. Then Bet Tamer. I did some dailies. I'm gonna go to the dailies. Eventually, I will just start farming on mob. Sky Guard, I just gonna be bugging me until the rest of my life. So Somnia, this is gonna be ranked up with that Night Viper, Night Moon. Yes. There's some of the reps I haven't even touched, which was the Druid Grove, the Echo Crypt, Elemental Master, and then I'll probably be focusing on the Hollowborn next week. Because for next week, there's not much happening, so I can pretty much focus on other quests And I know for the Hollowborn that there is a Legion token that's going to be coming up soon, so I can make use of that pretty much. Okay, so that comes to my resources. So from the Nolgate, I did turn in quite a bit of stuff. I got my Dark Crystals shot up again. I haven't done my dailies yet, so showing my dailies. Yeah, I haven't done my dailies yet, so everything's still 0. Then I'm like almost halfway with the Temple Shrine. You know, some days I didn't do, because the pubs actually doing the Temple Shrine is actually, some days it was 8 people saying they want to do daily. Then some days it's just like nobody at all. So yeah, I pretty much focus on a lot of stuff. I'm gonna get Elysium as well for next week, because I got my Austrian fragments, which was, I got really lucky with the Austrian Doom Lord. Then there are also some pods I also need to say. Oh yeah, I got all the potions as well, in the sense that they'll help me for farming. I don't normally use potions when farm, but for this account I don't have much going on, so I do need some elevation when do farm. The rooms that I'm attending to are relatively dead, so I need to pot up. Even if I go to a Arctic server, which was my primary focus on for farming bosses, because you know, farming for normal boss or normal mobs can kind of slow you down if you farm in Arctic, so I'll just jump to another server, so for low population benefits. But yeah, so for next week I'm going to be focusing on the Hollowborn and the Legion. That's pretty much it. Since there's a Legion token boost happening, yeah, I'm going to be benefiting from it a lot. Now the problem is, I'll be needing a butt ton. When I say a butt ton, I need, here's my Legion tokens. I need this number. I need an extra 0 right here, and that will not still be enough for the amount of Legion tokens I'll be needing. So I'll be needing like a roughly, what, 120,000. But for now, since I have this much, I'll be able to do an Elysium on Tuesday, because I haven't done the dailies yet, and the dailies will give me like roughly 1,300, so I'm gonna be just shy. So once I get the Elysium done, then I just need to get roughly 102,000 Legion tokens. So luckily, it's gonna be one of those farms where I just sit in one spot. I actually think I might not do it, to say the least, because thinking about it, the only method I have is a Legion Fiend Rider, because I have no pets. And farming for that for 2% at a 240 ratio, which is like, should I or shouldn't I? I know if I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there for 10 hours straight, and I've probably gonna be doing it from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just split it up, because honestly, it's a lot. Like maybe I might do like 100 turn-ins a day. It sounds a lot. It will be a lot, but I want to get my Head of the Legion Beast done, Yamino Ronin on as well, and Hollowborn Lich King as well. I might squeeze in Sovereign of Storms. I have no idea how that's gonna go. I'm just being optimistic, okay? I got my ambition going on. But other than that, I have that planned. In the following week, I'll probably just focus on reputation, and I might get another Gramiel weapon. Or get a Gramiel weapon. I haven't done my weeklies yet, so let me just draw any orchard, really. My brain just went dead on that, so let me show you. So yeah, I haven't done this yet, so I still need to do this week, which is going to be 20, then the following week is going to be 25, which will be the reputation, Then in that following week, it's going to be 30. So I'll be getting the weapon on that week. So other than that, yeah, it's not much I'm going to be doing. Yes, it's so much I'm going to be doing, but it's not that much in the sense of actual quantity, except for Legion tokens. That is a lot. But I think that this week was crucial. Next week is also going to be crucial, and following week as well. Because the following week I'm going to get blades. My primal focus will be the blades. But other than that, after getting the blades, it's just going to be slowing down because I'll be getting to the point where most of my friends are just rely on weeklies. Really, there's not much to it. Just slowly, surely getting there, which I was 100% going for. But yeah, other than that, I'm actually happy and doing well. I'm not a zombie anymore. I got my sleep in. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the series so far. As always, feel free to like and subscribe. And yeah, I just don't want to die as a zombie just yet. Okay, all jokes aside, I hope you guys enjoyed the day further. Cheers.